everyone. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some picture books. They are all either bilingual or Hispanic influenced books, and it is Hispanic Heritage Month. So if you are looking for some great books to either add to your library or go check out in your library, then this video is for you. So be sure to keep watching. Welcome back to my channel, Women on a Journey. If you are new here, my name is Emily, and on this channel, I share all things motherhood, living a healthy lifestyle, homeschool, and faith. So if any of that interests you, be sure to hit that subscribe button below and click that bell icon on the side so that you get notifications for whenever I post new videos. You can also check me out on Instagram at A Woman on a Journey blog, and you can visit my blog at awomanonajourney.com. So like I said, I'm going to be sharing with you some bilingual books as well as some books that just have some Hispanic influence in it or phrases in them. And so some of these books are books that we already have or have recently purchased, and the other books are going to be the books that we got from the library. So I'm going to be sharing with you first the books that we have here in our home. And the first book that I'm going to share with you is called Dear Primo. This book is about two cousins who write letters back and forth to each other, and one lives in Mexico, the other one lives in America. And so lifestyles are different. However, there are some things that don't make them very different. And so this is a really nice book. I'll just read here a little excerpt for you. It says here, "Score, I just got a letter from my primo, my cousin. I live in America, but he lives in Mexico, where my family is from. Maybe someday we'll meet." Through excerpts of letters written back and forth, two primos learn that they have more in common than the boundaries of their lives or their communities would suggest. So the book is really simple. I like the fact that it has certain things, like certain words that they have in Spanish, and it's a great way to just teach how to say certain things in Spanish. And if you are like me, which is probably not a lot of you, though both sides of my family are Hispanic, I did not grow up speaking Spanish in my home, though it was spoken in my home, and I do communicate with my grandmother very limitedly with Spanish. Spanish was used to kind of not let the kids know what you're saying. So if you are like that, if you grew up in a household like that, let me know in the comments below, because the struggle is real. And when they wanted to teach me Spanish, I was over it. So now that I'm older and I have my own son and my husband is fluent in Spanish, you know, I definitely want to impart that to my son and just make sure that I introduce it to him now at an early age. And so I really like having these books because it's going to challenge me to get better in the Spanish that I do know and learn more, as well as teaching my son along the way. So that's kind of where I'm at when it comes to having more of these type of books in our home. So I should have said that before, but just so you know. The next book is called What Can You Do with a Paleta? Now this book we've had for a while. We've only read it once. I got it from the thrift store a couple months back, and it's just kind of been sitting in our bookshelf. So I'm excited to pull this out and get us reading it again. And so this one it's beautiful pictures. It's simple. And I love the fact that, like I said, it is a bilingual book. So this book will have all the written content in English as well as in Spanish. And so if you are also trying to improve your Spanish, this is a great book as well. So it says here, what can introduce you to new friends, help you create a masterpiece, and cool you off on a warm summer's day? A paleta. Discover this traditional Mexican popsicle treat, sold from the wagon with the twinkly bell that brings children running from every corner of the neighborhood. So this is a cute book that I'm excited to just get into. The next book I'm going to share with you is called Tito Puente, Mambo King. Now, like I said, I come from Hispanic family, and my grandfather specifically, we are Puerto Rican, and he loved Tito Puente. I heard Tito Puente a lot growing up, And so this is just a very well-known musician in the Hispanic community. And so my son loves music, and I just thought that this would just be a fun book to have on our shelf. And so it says here, Meet Tito Puente, the king of Mambo. From musical prodigy on the streets of Harlem to 5-time Grammy Award winner, Tito's life was full of rhythm, drums, and claves. Saxophones and tambourines were all part of the fun. And so you can see here, this is another bilingual book, so you'll have all the text in English and in Spanish. And it's easy read, fun pictures, and just sharing about the culture, the musical influences. And so this is just like I said, a fun book to have, and you can learn more Spanish. The next book I want to share with you is called Isla. This is a sequel to Abuela, which I will show you next. And this is our book, but the other book we actually got from the library. So this book actually takes place in New York City, and anything based in New York City will end up in my home. And so if you're new here to my channel, that is where we live. And so this book says, when Abuela, my grandma, tells me stories, we can fly anywhere. In the popular book Abuela, Rosalba and her grandmother took a fanciful flight high above New York City. Today, Abuela is telling Rosalba all about the Caribbean island where she grew up. Together, they used their imagination to fly through the sky on a magical journey to La Isla. After listening to Abuela's vivid stories, Rosalba can see the vibrant treasures of the island unfold right before her eyes. So I love this book because, one, the pictures are really fun, and I think that I like the fact that it has Spanish phrases in it. I like that it shows the bond between a grandparent and their grandchild. And so I just think this is a really sweet book, and I'm glad that I got it. And I actually got most of these books from Book Outlet, so I spent a lot less than you would get them on Amazon for. So I'll link my referral link down in the description below, so that if you're interested in checking out Book Outlet, you'll save, I think, $10 off your first purchase of $25. But I'll link the information down below, and you can also check Thriftbooks. I have a referral code down there as well, and you'll save a percentage off your first order. And so sometimes I do get some used books from Thriftbooks, but the books that I get from Book Outlet are brand new books. And so they're in really good condition, and they're usually just overstocked books that they sell on there for cheaper. So now I'm going to share with you the books that we got from the library. This one is Abuela. So this one, like I told you, is the first book to the book I just shared. And it says, what if you suddenly floated up and found yourself flying, spinning, sailing over New York City? One day in the park with her grandmother, her Abuela, Rosalba wonders to herself, what if I could fly? Just then she finds herself lifted up into the air. Abuela follows, and the two embark on a marvelous journey. Narrated in English and sprinkled with Spanish phrases, the story, with its festive illustrations, turns New York City into a lively wonderland. So I ended up getting this book from Book Outlet as well. However, I bought the fully Spanish one instead of the English version of it. So I guess that challenges me to learn the book in Spanish. And so, but I ended up getting the English version from the library just so I could have it, because I'm not quite ready for that yet. The next book that I'm going to share with you, I actually found out about this book through Tori over at the Augustspiel Ohana, and it is called Islandborn. So this book says, every kid in Lola's school was from somewhere else. Hers was a school of faraway places. So when Lola's teacher asked the students to draw a picture of where their families immigrated from, all the kids were excited, except Lola. She can't remember the island. She left when she was just a baby. But with the help of her family and friends and their memories, joyous, fantastical, heartbreaking, and frightening, Lola's imagination takes her on an extraordinary journey back to the island. As she draws closer to the heart of her family's story, Lola comes to understand the truth of her abuela's words. Just because you don't remember a place doesn't mean it's not in you. And so I just think that this will be a great read for us. So the next book is called Pepe and the Parade. And so this book is about Pepe wakes up energized to attend his first Hispanic Day parade. With new food to taste, music to dance to, and a parade to watch, Pepe couldn't be more excited to celebrate and share his Hispanic heritage. Many of Pepe's friends also attended the festival, celebrating their own Hispanic tides: Mexican, Dominican, Panamanian, Colombian, Honduran, Nicaraguan, Chilean, Puerto Rican, Salvadorian, Guatemalan, and Cuban cultures are all represented in the delightful fanfare. So I really like this book because I love the fact that it's going over all the different Hispanic cultures. Obviously, there's more than what was mentioned, but I really like this because it shows that there's more than one Hispanic heritage, and although we may come from different backgrounds, we can still all celebrate together. And so I think that this is a really cute book. The last book I'm going to share with you is called Where Are You From? And this book is about when a young girl is asked where she's from, where she's really from, she's no longer as sure as she was. She decides to turn to her dear abuelo for some help with this ever-persistent question. But he doesn't quite give her the answer she expects. And so this book is all in English. I believe they have a Spanish version of this book. And so it's just a journey of the grandfather and the granddaughter going over their, where they come from and what it's like, what it looks like. And I think the pictures are just beautiful. And I love the relationship between the child and the grandparents. So this book is definitely something that I'm glad to actually have and be able to read. So that's everything I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, as it does help me with my channel. And let me know down in the comments below, what are your favorite books? It doesn't have to be Hispanic. Maybe you have some favorite Hispanic heritage type books, or maybe you have other cultural type books that you enjoy. Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.